All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The Star Ladder I-League Invitational Season Number 3 North American Qualifiers is now resuming. That is right, on a match that was supposed to start just under 2 hours ago. We are just getting started now with all these qualifiers happening. Understandable, there's other matches going on, thus the postponement. So for those that are curious on why it took so long, just right off the bat right there. But we got a series now. We got game number 1, and excited to be here once again. VGJ.Storm taking on Team Leviathan. This is a knockout match. The loser is done here in these qualifiers. The winner advances on for the nice surprise of facing Evil Geniuses here in these losers bracket. I'm Breaky CPK, and today I'm going to be joined by a good buddy of mine, former caster of mine from another game. Happy to have him on here. Rigroste joining me. How's it going, man?
Oh, it's awesome. Really glad to be here casting with you.
Yeah, happy to have you on. I was, you know, with the delay and everything happening, we had some tech issues earlier on, and shit was hitting the fan, man. But I reached out to you, and you were willing to come on, so I really do appreciate it, helping me out here. So we got some two good teams going at it. Do you know much about these teams yourself? I mean, how much the NA action have you been watching?
I don't know too much about these teams in general. I know a few of the players here and there, but not too much, about everyone. But I mean, there is some solid players in this game.
That there definitely is, of course. One thing off the bat, obviously, for Team Leviathan, I want to make a point of, and you probably noticed, Monkeys Forever is actually subbing in currently. At least I believe that's the case. See, he's subbing in place of what usually would be Jenkins for the team. But Monkeys Forever, of course, a very solid North American player as well that currently is teamless, and one of those, down the line, wouldn't be surprised to see him eventually joining one, but currently going to be ringing in what is an important match, of course. VGJ.Storm, we mentioned, they are coming off finishing a match. They actually won their series 2-1. It was the ESL qualifiers over Wheelwreck crew, I believe, but it ended up, again, being a 3-game series. A little bit of a break. Here they go once again. They have Night Stalker and Bat Rider to start things off. Necrophos and Spearbreaker on the other side. We've been seeing a lot of Spearbreaker, man, especially in the North American region. This hero is just fun to watch, roaming around, zip-zapping around the map, Groste.
He can really set the tone of the whole early game. He can gank any lane. I mean, he's just so useful in that 4 position, and I really haven't seen many games where he just has not had major impact.
Yeah, and picked up here for Leviathan again, so we'll see what kind of impact he has for them. Mentioned Necrophos, one of those cases, where is he going to end up? Who really knows? That's what kind of makes him such a diverse pick in that first role. On the other side, though, VGJ.Storm going a little more, I don't want to say obvious, but expected. Night Stalker in the 4, Bat Rider usually will end up in the offlane, of course. We've seen it rarely in the mid lane, depending on the matchup, but expecting the offlane here. So they ban out Bloodseeker and Anti-Mage on the side of Leviathan. Oracle taken away so far by VGJ.Storm. We'll see how they follow this up here. Broodmother, all right. It's a fun hero to ban.
Yeah. Silencer, it's a great hero against Bat Rider.
Yep, that's whenever you see it against in that matchup there, of course, great for you get the lasso initiation. Silencer's just like, no, I press R. No more Silencer, no more lasso for you. Yeah, good try indeed. I talked about this earlier as well. I'll bring it up again here. Whenever I see a Night Stalker in the game, which is a lot lately, the idea of a Lycan comes to mind because of that synergy, whether it's with the Night Stalker or even against the Night Stalker. Being able to use that Howl buff, and when it's nighttime, of course, it's doubling the effect. So, so some fun synergy right there. But we don't see the hero too often. What do you think about that idea, though, that synergy there?
It's a good synergy. I like it a lot. And I mean, it's also, when the early game, when Night Stalker's roaming, as soon as, that minute 4 hits and he can go roam with it, when he gets that Howl from Lycan, I mean, he does a ton of damage with whoever he ganks with.
Ton of damage in there. Obviously, the heal potential, too.
Yep.
If somebody is being ganked, good for that purpose. Speaking of heal, Dazzle's got some heals on him. Well, technically 1 heal, I guess, but has a Shallow Grave, too, and, of course, the Weave to top it all off. But that's a very quick Phantom Lancer, man.
Yeah, they've been snap picking.
Yeah.
Silencer and the Phantom Lancer very snap picked. I mean, obviously, Phantom Lancer is just a great hero. Probably one of the most annoying heroes in terms of just playing against it.
Oh yeah. And one of these carries that again we have been seeing a fair amount in these qualifiers especially. It does seem like one of the more go-to options, I feel like, both in the one and it has the potential to be in the mid too. So you got the Necrophos and the Phantom Lancer. You expect them to be the cores, of course, but they can definitely interchange depending on the matchups and whatever it calls for. But yeah, Phantom Lancer also with all the illusions around. It's both, I guess, good and bad against Batrider, where it's like Batrider goes and wanting to lasso him. If he has all the illusions up, it might be difficult to find the right one. At the same time, Firefly with all the fire on the ground could be good for destroying said illusions as well. So there's that potential there. And now the fourth pick.
They need both their cores at this point. Kind of interested to see what they want to pick into this.
Sven stands ready.
I like it. I like the Sven in this game. It's really good against Phantom Lancer. The Silencer doesn't bug him too much. Yeah, I really like the Sven pick this game.
I had to think about that one a little bit. Of course, it's a great pick now. Necrophos is obviously the one bait in a sense where with the Ghost Route, he's going to have difficulty dealing with that. Not really a carrier that will be picking up Diffusal by any means. And so far, that's the thing that stands out to me on VGJ's side, if anything, is the lack of the Diffusal carry. So I don't know if they're going to get that with their final pick. You don't need it against a Ghost Shroud of Necrophos. It's not like 100% required, but it's a nice option to have. But, yeah, they like the idea of Sven. You're mentioning pretty good against Phantom Lancer there.
Yeah, carrying all those illusions in those team fights definitely helps a ton.
Yeah. It's lockdown as well. That's Stormhammer bringing to the table. Something that you could argue they were a little bit lacking, perhaps. Of course, the last is good, but outside of that, Crippling Fear is nice, but Silence not necessarily as strong on certain heroes. So
Dire team ban.
Their final pick, they need a mid option on the side of Storm. There's the ban on Puck. Definitely could have been another one. Is there another hero that now comes to mind? Maybe something like a Queen of Pain here?
I'd like to see them get like Queen of Pain could be good. I kind of like
10 seconds remaining.
It's kind of hard because I wish they had like another stunner on their team, but Queen of Pain also can do a ton in this game. So I do like the Queen of Pain idea as well.
Yeah, that's like the give and take, right? It's Queen of Pain good for the damage, but you are right. That kind of goes back to even with now the Sven pickup. It does feel still a little fragile on the lockdown against a hero like a Phantom Lancer. It could be very elusive with that Doppelganger. Want to keep Necrophos in place, preventing him from using abilities. Nice tool, so it might be a little bit not good. That was a horrible way to say that, but that's just the first thing that came to my mind. Not good.
It was a good try. I like enthusiasm.
Trying to really think about that one there. They're using all their reserve time to find out this final ban, man. I mean, you figure Leviathan, they still need their offlane, right? So, what are they thinking here? Magnus is still on the board. Will they really go a Magnus, though? Probably not.
Not a big fan of the Magnus.
Ooh. Ursa ban, interesting.
Has Nature's Prophet made it all the way through?
Oh, yeah, you're right, actually. Yeah, it's a little interesting. That's a hero that has been getting a lot of attention, especially post-TI here.
I mean, it's even possible for Team Leviathan to take that one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the one that jumps out to me the most, to see Nature's Prophet make it all the way through like this.
Yeah.
Okay, that's another good one. I mean, not too sold by it. I think I like the Queen of Pain idea kind of better. But I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think the Prophet's a good hero.
Well, Prophet does give you a little bit more crowd control in the sense of the silence, of course. So that could potentially be a good tool. The idea of the Crypt Swarm, good for clearing up the illusions. And then, strong laner in her own right. So,
yeah, it's actually overall a pretty good pick. I mean, you're right for the, just for the overall wave clear and for, helping getting rid of the Phantom Lancer illusions. And the silence is also really good against Necro as well if you don't let him get the Scythe off.
So now 40 seconds to figure out Leviathan's final picks. Again, the off lane. I mean, Nature's Prophet, you mentioned that. I'm trying to think here. Is Nature's Prophet a good pick for them? The way they have the clear for the trance, it doesn't sound that good.
Yeah.
That alone.
It's definitely not good against the Sven and now Death Prophet. So it's the one that jumps out at me. It's weird to see it not get banned or picked.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I don't really know what they want. I mean, it looks like they want to go for that strong team fight. So Go for the okay. Let's take Nature's Prophet.
Now select your hero.
Just as we got
That's my
finished,
team fight.
just as we got finished saying how it doesn't make a lot of sense, you know, it's understandable how it got all the way through. They go it anyways. They're like, you know what, we still want it.
You can't argue. That hero is just the biggest nuisance on the planet.
Yeah.
Even early game, it does so well, and then you get into the mid and late game, just has so much impact.
You know that now that I think about it, Underlord was an option too, and I know Monkeys has actually. This maybe doesn't mean much, but I've been watching him in FBL a little bit, and I believe he's been ringing for a couple of teams, and I've seen him play the Underlord, and Underlord has really been seen in this NA region, especially the Dyers run it, Complexities ran it a couple times, EG just ran it earlier today, even a couple, so that was an option too. But again, go more the aggressive route, the heavy ganker, the split push, or whatever way you want to look at it instead. So
yeah, that Underlord is really just. I mean, I watched it today. I watched the sniper auto attack it for a solid 20 seconds. It took about 10% of its HP. So it's definitely such a tanky hero, and it is actually really fun to watch because watching Moo on Complexity earlier today, just teleporting his whole team out. It has so much. It could be so useful in those games.
Yeah. It's a fun tool to watch, I agree. So part of me wishes we got to see it, but unfortunately we do not. Instead, we get to see Monkeys playing the Nature's Prophet, and it's kind of funny, actually, as we're loading in here. Monkeys forever, so he actually was literally ringing for Wheelwreck Crew before the series, and that was a team that was just playing VGJ.Storm. So he actually just is coming off a series against VGJ.Storm himself, and now he's ringing for Leviathan and playing them again. So now they're different events, so obviously I think that's fine, honestly. But if it was the same event, then I think we would have a little bit more of an issue. But they are different events. That was for ESL. This, of course, being for the Star Ladder, and just interesting how it worked out that way when it comes down to Monkeys playing the same team twice with two different teams. All right, so laning phase. It is upon us here, as apparently we are getting some in-game lag now, according to one of the players. Hopefully get that sorted out quickly. So yeah, Death Prophet, of course, Ryoya, also known as 747, here for VGJ.Storm. He's going to be playing that mid role, and who is it going to be matched up against, actually? Is it going to be the PL or the Necro? Looks like it's going to be the Necro for now. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. I think that's just an overall kind of just farm fest. I don't think there's going to be much going on in that lane other than if we see rotations. I mean, the Spirit Breaker kind of changes that a little bit. I mean, rotation from a Spirit Breaker, maybe a TP in from Nature's Prophet at some point. You could kind of kill anything with that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nature's Prophet TPing in early on in the game. It's that's one of his many great attributes, of course, as a hero. But in the laning phase, it's such a good offlaner, too, because not only has that global gank presence, but these treants, man, these freaking treants are so annoying to fight against in the laning phase. I mean, just this alone, what he's doing is just harassing them already, chipping away at their life, kind of scouting them out, and may end up giving a little bit of bounty as a result right there. There you go, 19 gold. But, as he gets into the lane, going to continue to use that more to zone them out and harass the support, especially even do some creep pulling there in the laning phase. So it's just both annoying, yet understandable why we see the hero picked up.
Yeah, definitely.
Spirit Breaker starting top lane, it looks like. Nusham here. He's going to be ready to harass. Are they going to contest this?
That's a bad idea.
There's three people here. I mean, they know this. Monkeys is charging in, man. Okay, well, there's the Storm Hammer. Bad idea. You say, oh my god, that heal bomb. He's going to end up dying.
Oh.
Snaking with the first blood right there, but wow. That Shadow Wave did insane damage.
They saw all three and they walked into a dazzle? That just seemed very odd to me. I mean, I understand they want to contest the boundary, but they did see all three of them. That was just a very odd play at the bounty run.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. It's one thing to go up there blind and just run into a trap, but it's another thing to literally see that the whole time and be like, this is a good idea. No, that wasn't a good idea, as we saw. Yeah, so great start for VGJ.Storm, and you got the top lane. This is what I was talking about, though. I mean, Monkeys, shakes it off. He comes back to the top, and you see the treants as well as Spirit Breaker here with that Orb of Venom in the face of Sven. So Yeah, Sven is going to have to pop the salve and get that region on, because currently Night Stalker finding himself in the middle lane for the time being. What do you make of that? Does that make sense that Night Stalker's rotated to the middle here, at least for now?
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I don't think he's going to need to go back top sooner or later, but I mean, giving the Death Prophet a good start in the mid lane, I think is a good idea as well. And now he has his level 2, and I think he can go to top and cause a little bit more damage.
Yeah. Oh, I just heard the Stormhammer go off as I left it. Caught that heal bomb again. He'll also see Nusham as, or Nushai as he's labeled here, but people know him by Nusham. Anyways, he drops fairly low, but he's going to be fine, as he's going to walk all the way to the base to do so. So Night Stalker getting here a little bit late, but as you mentioned, Night Stalker back up here now. Obviously, the big thing with him is you ideally like to get level 3 before nighttime hits. So we'll see if he's able to leech enough experience 2 minutes from now.
Yep, he's already about 1/3 of the way there, so he's going to grab the bounty rune here, I assume. Oh, he's going to go for their bounty rune, so actually he could get 3 just off the 2 bounty runes, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that he got the first blood. So now that you mention that, it's actually this is a very quick level 3 at this rate. So hell, he could be level 4 at this rate if that keeps up, which would be insane. Level 3 is the sweet mark, I feel like.
He would cause. I mean, at level 4, he's going to cause so much.
Yeah.
I mean, this could be huge for them. So he's a little bit off. He's about 1/4 of the way off. So he'll probably just go leech at mid, I assume, while he's helping his Death Prophet out.
That's what he's doing. He's heading back towards the middle lane. You see right now Necrophos is playing pretty defensive. He's getting something delivered, so more so just getting that out of the way. Phantom Lancer, the bottom lane down here. He's been having pretty good free farm, I'm sure. Flea on his Bat Rider, taking Arcane's Curse and harassed up here. What is this? Dazzle. He's feeling some pain. He has a Shallow Grave. Yeah, he's going to throw that up here. And now he needs to Shadow Wave. The last second.
Oh, he's still going to be in trouble.
Kill the treants! All right, he's fine. Oh, God, teleport. Nope, going the other way. There's a charge in, though, and there's the kill for Monkeys. But again, these treants, man, they're so difficult to kill. Now, we see them trying to respawn right here. Ritsu on the Sven, running him down. Good block initially from the treant. Monkeys forever, though. Obviously, he doesn't have teleport for a while. Well, I guess he does have a TP scroll, though. And he should be fine. They don't have a stun, so...
Yeah, he's gone. He's fine.
Yeah, no mango or anything on Sven, so yeah, he's,
oh, wait a second.
Night Stalker can change that.
Yeah, I was about to say. He's in trouble now. I mean, this... Can I get a block? this is just...
I mean, it's like he's in trouble, but the longer they take to do this, it's you know, obviously missing out on a bit, so... I guess Sven is just farming.
He does a ton of damage with the phase boots.
Oh god, you're right. He already does have phase boots, jeez.
Dire's bottom tower
There's plenty of right click right here, and he's using those to help him get away now. And again, Sven doesn't have Stormhammer mana. They know this, I'm sure, so they feel a little more comfortable. But it is nighttime now. Level 3 Night Stalker gets the level 2 Void here. So now you do have to respect that a little more, as far as he's concerned.
Yeah. And his Bat Rider in the mid lane. Scouting out, sees the Silencer. They could choose to go on the Silencer, actually.
Yeah, Fleet's thinking about it. The sentry was put down, so he has to be very careful about that. Of course, charge in, though, on Death Prophet. Here we go. Night Stalker in the flank, has that Void. He's going to even use it. He finally uses it. Way too late, though. Not that it would have mattered, honestly, but Death Prophet goes down, and now Snaking, he's just running the hell on out of there. Fleet, meanwhile, is just burning everyone alive. It's not going to be nearly enough damage, though. Only a couple of charges of Sticky Napalm, and he'll TP bash. Oh, you knew it was coming. It was coming. But
it kind of looked like the bash animation. I didn't hear the noise, though.
Yeah.
I
think he was good, but he gets out, so Flea at least stays alive. But yeah, losing the Death Prophet right there. And 747 could be in a little trouble again. Oh, he's fine, but taking some more harassment meanwhile in the middle lane. So you do look at the middle lane matchup. It is 747 at 32 and 14 on the Death Prophet. You have a 23 and 5 Necrophos here, being played by Sammy Boy. So again, Death Prophet did have the Night Stalker assistance for a lot of this laning phase, so it makes sense that he's ahead here.
Night Stalker's behind right now. I think he wants the courier. Oh, they're doing a good job with the courier. Oh, okay, never mind. They're just sending it bottom, but oh,
it looked good.
Yeah, it looked good in theory that he was just running by at the perfect time.
Night Stalker now heading towards the top lane. Spirit Breaker is pretty far pushed up. By himself, actually, in fact. Well, that's his teammate, so. Teleports in from Monkeys. And I guess, okay, that's what Snicky's doing. Waiting for the 6-minute bounty rune. And now going to head back towards the top lane. But, yeah, I mean, bottom lane, like I said, Phantom Lancer has been doing free farm himself. He is 40 and 10 now as far as creep farm goes. So Phantom Lancer is interesting in that, I mean, most games we see, well, top lane. Monkeys, he's dead. That's a heal bomb right there on top. That's a nice combo you're looking for if you're VGJ.Storm and there's not much Spear Pricker can do. You're charging in nighttime to a Night Stalker. But back to Phantom Lancer. Getting that Diffusal Blade ASAP just always feels so good on this hero. Yet occasionally we'll see kind of different styles, whether it's a Yasha first, then into it, or even a full Manta. But then there's also even the idea of the Ags, which is almost like a farming tool for the hero with the Spirit Lance, you know, farming with it essentially, and just better team fight to an extent. But, oh no, would you expect to see anything different other than a Diffusal Blade here?
No, I really like the Diffusal this game, especially against Dazzle, just to be able to jump on him really fast, burn his mana. He just becomes a walking ward at that point.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that idea, and you know, even the same with the Death Prophet in a way. Just the faster you burn the mana, the less damage you're gonna be doing to you.
What about Death Prophet this game? Yules is always like a comfortable item on this hero. I feel like there's a little more aggressive route. I mean, it's a mix of aggressive and defensive. Is the Veil though, Veil of Discord? What are you thinking here?
Veil is actually pretty good if you look at the overall lineup they have too. So I am a fan of the Veil. I'm not sure. I don't know too much about this guy, so I'm not sure what he typically does if he plays the more defensive route or the more offensive route. But
yeah.
I mean, I do like the idea of a hood this game, or not a hood.
The Veil, yeah. The Yules, the thing that comes to mind for me is the Yules you are dealing with a silencer on the other side. You know, being able to purge that off is a nice ability, but
oh, they see this Nature's Prophet. They want him. There's a hasted Death Prophet.
Yeah, he's going to come in the flank right here. At least he gets the bounty rune, though. Here comes charge from Newsham, actually. Oh, he's like, oh, this is a bad spot. See ya.
Oh, gets killed by the neutrals.
Oh, he did? You're right. Wow. Oh, okay.
That was a lot committed for, in reality, I mean, just the 20-second death timer on the Nature's Prophet, so.
Not bad. Well, the Exorcism going to transition nicely into the tower push, of course. They're at the top lane, so I guess he even used it for this. But anyways, top tier 1 going down, but bottom tier 1 going down. BSJ on the Phantom Lancer. He takes it out here, so well played. And Death Prophet going to port to the bottom lane as he still has the Exorcism up. And push that lane back out. But middle lane, he might have wanted to port here because this is now going to be heavily pressured by the Radiant side. You look at how deep Silencer even is. Throwing out that Arcane's Curse right there. But this tower taking a good chunk of damage. I don't know if we're going to be able to kill it. They're not the greatest sieging team right here necessarily. At this point in the game at least, but
yeah,
they're chipping
just
away.
The trance.
And yeah,
I think they're just going to push him off. Yeah.
What about this?
Really just the trance. Huh?
What about the decision here from Batrider? Going the Tranquil straight into a Blink Dagger. The other idea is that, of course, the drums we see quite a bit, but what do you think about the straight Blink?
I like the Blink because I think they can go top around where the Sven is and be able to kind of babysit him if they go for the ganks around him. I also like it, you know, for the synergy, you know, with Sven in general. You can kind of kill any target with, you know, the ulti Sven. So I am a pretty... I think I do like it more than just going the drums this game first. So if he can make the plays happen with it, I think it'll be a great pickup.
It's more all in, I feel like. But yeah, if you make that gank happen like right away, especially within the first minute or so of getting the blink, then it's so worth it. But it's when you get the blink and then it's just nothing really happens and you just kind of continue to farm. That's where it becomes awkward, obviously. And you're like, well, I would have rather had the drums at this point.
Yeah, he's just sitting on basically nothing. He's not doing anything with it.
Yeah. Gotta commit one way or the other. So he's going towards the blink. Sven probably going to get a blink eventually too, but for now he's got the Mask of Madness, of course, queued up. And actually, oh geez, he's popping God Strength for this. Interesting. He's, it's not even a stacked camp.
He's being charged.
Oh, is he dead? That's very precise.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the kill initially, but they get it. So that's where he's a little fortunate considering. But yeah, that was the fact they even used God Strength right there on just a solo. It wasn't even a stack. Just felt a little weird to me. But
it was just a little mud golem. So mid lane. Oh, I think they just want to push the tower. Yeah.
Middle lane tower. Shipping away again. There's the heal bomb. Phantom Lancer's here though. As
Good
ever
deny.
gonna heal up, and they do deny. Yeah, Death Prophet takes care of it. So nice timing there from him. Death Prophet going the medallion, by the way. Interesting. What do you make of the medallion pickup here on DP?
Dire's middle
I
tower
like
is
it
under
if he sees the
attack.
spirit. If he's in the middle of the lane and can kind of spot the spirit breaker, giving himself the armor. I think will kind of guarantee he stays alive no matter what. I believe. I don't think they'd be able to kill him through it. I think it's a ton of armor he gets. So
Yeah.
I do like it, and I mean especially just
Radiant's bottom tower
on
is
any
under
ally, the
attack.
kind of the same thing. Spirit breaker charges them, just give them the
top
medallion. So
tower is under
I like the idea behind it.
Dire's
They're gonna kill the snake.
structures
Oh.
are fortified.
Oh, they're trying to
Necro?
find the Necro. They do. The lasso comes out, and he might have been able to do that without a blink too. But okay, well, this is Necrophos, so he's not dead just yet. He heals back up with a Ghost Shroud. TP coming in from the Nature's Prophet as well. Silencer also happens to be nearby. He did use this global silence earlier. That's a shallow grave to save Dazzle for the time being. Sammy Boy somehow still alive throughout this. I'm saying somehow. What am I thinking? OS Frog, everyone. He's staying alive. He's got the wand charges again. Doesn't even need the Ghost Shroud right here. He's being sucked up by 747, but he's just going to run out of range. And now all of a sudden, this Death Prophet, the one that's in trouble. Double damage, Rune Spawn. Well, Necro would pick that up. There is a shrine here. Can they kill him in time? Yes, they can. The Reaper Scythe comes out. And that's a kill for Sammy Boy. And look at this hero, man. He's full life, full mana. After that whole freak. Okay. I'm done.
Freaky, I want you to know, from the time I started playing Dota, I complained about Necro from the first game I played. So, that hero is insane. It's getting jumped on it again. It's probably going to kill the
Oh, he's
Bat Rider,
fine.
in all
What- It's
honesty.
Necrophos. He's fine.
Dire's
Just,
middle tower
pop
Okay, he's
Ghost
actually
Shroud,
dead. He's
heal. No, he's fine. That's Necrophos. He's good. Don't worry. Okay, he's actually dead.
I mean, but it's the sheer fact that he just survived longer than any mid laner.
Well, and he's buying all this time now for
Yep.
here comes the rotation. They take out Dazzle. BSJ, he's just charging in, man. That Phantom Rush, but not going to be able to catch up. But yeah, no, on a serious note, I mean, that was a huge job surviving by Necrophosis.
Yeah.
Again, that's just kind of how the year works. Having the Veil as well, helping with the cause here. And
Dire's top tower is under
7-3
attack.
lead now in their favor. And now you also have Phantom Lance to switch over the net worth here. He's top of the charts. He just about has that Diffusal finished on top of this.
Yeah, he's gonna do a ton of damage soon too. And I mean, in all honesty, they could just group up and push. I mean, if they choose to, just go. Oh, they already have all the outer tier ones, so maybe group up in like the top lane. I mean, even mids. Like they've been chipping away at all these towers, really except bottom. So, I mean, they could just go and group up. I mean, Necro, Phantom Lancer with these. Necro with just these. I mean, Phantom Lancer with the items. With Necro, they can kind of do whatever they want.
Radiant's middle tower
So
is
going
under attack.
to the medallion idea and Death Prophet, I actually liked what you were saying right there. That it almost does seem like more of a defensive tool than anything. Reason why he's getting it in this case. The idea exorcism is physical as well, so has that amp damage to get from that too. Charge. Okay, well, how deep
That's
do they
the
want to go
Dazzle
for
here.
this?
Spend with God Strength right here.
That's an easy kill. He stuns it and he runs. That's when you know it's in a bad case. He stuns it with Godstring. He's like, I'm getting out of here. This is too scary. 747, he's going to be picked out. The Phantom Lancer with that Diffusal Blade. Just look at the damage. There comes the Reaper Scythe. The end is here for Sven. Yeah, that's when you know it's a lost cause. When your Sven just tries to piece out of there.
He's sitting there. He's like, I pop God Strength. I'm ready to go, guys. I'm ready to go. And then he.
Dire's
All right,
middle tower
I'm out.
is
Good
under
shit.
attack.
And then he stayed there though.
And then he
At least
still
could've
died
gotten out.
anyways, yeah.
Yeah. He's
Oh.
gonna get out if you're gonna do that.
He kind of just got caught in that awkward spot of do I go, do I not, do I go? And he died in it. Wait, BSJ didn't even have his Diffusal there. Well, I thought I saw the Diffusal box coming out, but no, it's actually
Dire's
being
middle
delivered
tower
right now,
has
so.
fallen.
Oh, he would have killed Sven even faster. Then.
Even faster, yeah.
Poor guy.
No, he's got that. And that's actually pretty big, too, because purging off Warcry here is a pretty
That's
beneficial.
true. Oh, Rider aggressive blinks. They were trying to find someone, didn't find anyone. Yeah, I mean, I really like this lineup. It's a great lineup with the Necro. It's so early game, and at the same time can take the late game as well. I really like the lineup, but I kind of hope they just group up and push one lane, and maybe have the Nature's Prophet off on his own pushing, and then just have him TP over for the team fight. But I am a big fan of this lineup.
Well, speaking of Nature's Prophet right here, he's actually going that Orchid first item. We see a different style of NP build from game to
Dire's
game
courier has
as he
been
got out right
killed.
there. Oh, the Dire Courier just got killed somewhere.
Did he kill it? He killed it.
Did
They had vision of it.
Oh, he poured it in and killed it, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he kills that right there, and that actually, what was on it? That was
There was a
Staff of
raindrop
Wizardry.
and
Yeah. Well, that means somebody's item. Whose was that? I don't even know. I think that might have been Bat Riders. Here, let me double check actually. Fleas. Yeah, it was Bat Riders. Probably for his forest staff there. So that'll be delayed a little bit. Bottom tower is going to be pushed in though. God Strength popped for this. You got the Exorcism. And going to drop the tower pretty easily right there. So yeah, I was mentioning the Orchid though pickup on Monkeys Forever. So he is a very fragile hero right now. I mean, he does have the 250 health talent at least at level 10, but overall he's a pretty fragile hero. But man, he has potential to gank people pretty effectively in this game now. Of course, with this build,
yep.
So
definitely. I mean, 6K gold lead, traded tier 2s. Got a little bit of damage on the tier 3 bottom. Not too much though.
Does that make the most sense to you with that build? That's what I was kind of getting at, though, too, is that we sometimes see, speaking of drums, you know, he can go that route as well. Even like a full solar crest, more like utility for the team. Instead, it goes just a straight-up pure, I'm going to be able to help gank people pretty effectively with the Orchid.
I like Orchid because I think he can get away with solo killing 3 heroes this game. I think the Bat Rider, the Night Stalker, and the Dazzle. So I kind of like it. I mean, especially if he's off on his own and, you know, the Dazzle goes up to push the wave and, you know, he just instant kills him with the Orchid. So I do like the idea for the pick-off potential, and I mean, in team fights, it'd be really good, you know, if he gets it off on the Death Prophet before he casts his ulti or anything, so I do like the idea behind it.
Necrophos has that Radiance just about finished. I mean, well, at least the Sacred Relic, you know, one more creep kill, basically have that, and then the recipe shortly after. So the Radiance, it's always going to be a good item as far as I'm concerned on Necrophos, honestly. We see it so much nowadays, but on top of having the Sven on the other side, that burn's going to be affecting him quite a bit when it comes to hitting people in fights. So, yeah, this Necrophos is pretty beefy at this point in the game.
Yeah. And Sven opting to go the S and Y? That's what it looks like.
Yeah. I don't want to call it old school, but this is a little more, I mean, it might be really old school even, but I want to say when Mask of Mana started coming back again after the changes happened to it, and this was like kind of style build for a little bit, with the Mask of Mana into an S and Y. Before things like more like Echo Saber kind of took over again, and then you get the Echo Saber Blink and then like BKB. But you know, it's definitely it's nothing. It's not. I don't think it's anything like crazy. It's just it's a little more fight heavy as far as being able to sustain rather than all in burst damage. As Monkeys gets picked off. I was rambling on there. Guys over here.
Gonzo. Yeah. Just got a bit deleted. I think it was just a standard Bat Rider ulti, right? Yeah, it was just Bat Rider ulti. Just dragged him into his full team.
Well, meanwhile, we'll call it space created because they pushed the tier 2 bottom tower.
They want to go high ground as well. I mean, their Nature's Prophet can TP here in 8 sec or 6. I think it's up, right? Yeah, he can TP here, so.
Yeah, he's ready to come in with that Orchid again, so why not at least try? There is nighttime, though. Darkness has fallen. There's a TP in from Monkeys. Spawns the trees. It feels a little unnecessary from Leviathan, I'm not going to lie. That they don't need to be doing this just yet, but they're going to try for it, so we'll see if they can capitalize on the VGJ.Storm side.
They can get it.
Cryptstern had no.
They had backdoor protection for like a split second.
Yeah.
I think it stopped them from getting that tower.
That's an exorcism. You want to run? You want to run now? Yeah. Leviathan backing up. No, they're going back in. Out comes a big burst on a Death Prophet. They don't care that he has exorcism. They just drop him like a tot. He buys back, but he won't have that now. Purge, meanwhile, on that Warcry kills Sven immediately. This Phantom Lancer's doing so much damage as expected, and obviously you got Necrophos assisting plenty as well. Hell, his right clicks are hitting pretty damn hard with that Sacred Relic. The buybacks just continue. Now Sven's turn. Already both cores have bought back. You know, I was saying you don't need to be doing this if you're Leviathan, but hey, they could even try to finish the game right here now at this rate. So maybe that was the plan all along. God Strength pop. Here we go. Full in. Necrophos, he's dropping. Lasso catches him. Brings it back in with a Forest Death. They need to save him. Yeah, he's Necrophos. He'll save himself. He's just fine. Back here, Phantom Lancer almost kills Sven. Just not enough, but Necrophos actually does go down to Death Prophet in pursuit. Sven does die back, though. Death Prophet, that's also a dieback, and that actually could do it. So despite killing Necrophos, this Phantom Lancer and everyone else around are just a little bit too strong, apparently. Although Nature's Prophet, wow, he was way up there.
Yeah, he had
as well.
He'd go for the Sven kill.
Yeah.
Well,
I apologize. I guess it's not game, just another buyback. It's a game of buybacks. Nature's Prophet buys back. He's like, all right, you want to put so many buybacks, I'll use my own. and try to take advantage. So Night Stalker's now dead, and finally they're going to get the Rax. That's a pre-21-minute Rax kill right there after all of that.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
That was a fight if I've ever seen one. What was that?
Good one.
3 buybacks?
At least.
Yeah.
On the Dire side.
And then they brought one Sun the Nature's Prophet. That was
Dire's bottom
I mean,
shrine is under
didn't
attack.
need to force it. They did, and I guess it was a great idea.
That's what I was getting at the beginning, right? It's like they could kind of fall back again, you know, spread back out, get a little more farm, try to secure Roshan if anything. Because at the time they pushed, it's basically just 20 minutes into the game. Pushing tier 3 at 20 minutes, unless you have like a heavy push lineup, it always seems a little bit risky, but it obviously paid off big time. They made the right call there. And you could tell VGJ.Storm just had trouble kind of coordinating that fight. The Exorcism was activated, he's running out, and he died. And then he bought back, but then the God Strength came out, and then he died shortly after. So they can never really take advantage of their big abilities there.
Yeah, I feel like they just didn't have like the communication in that fight. I feel like, you know, he popped the Exorcism, ran in, and his other team rest of the team was just retreating. It's just like, you know, just a bit more communication, you know, and fights like that, especially without Sven having a portal key. Like, I mean, he's kind of their main stunner. So if he's not in the fight, you know, your Exorcism just running around, what is it really doing?
You former Han trash, you. Blink dagger, I think, is the word you're looking for.
No one heard that.
Phantom Lancer, I've never slipped up like that, so totally call you out on that.
Going back and forth, say BKB in the other game. I don't know, man. It's too difficult.
Manta style on Phantom Lancer. It is just about, actually, yeah, it is finished. He had that delivered there.
Yeah.
Spear Breaker, the Solar Crest, they're in the shadows. With his power chats, he's even pretty nicely farmed himself. He's 6th on the chart right now, 4th on his team. Overall, looking pretty good. Yeah, this Death Prophet 747 just unfortunately has not been able to have the best time. And he went Solar Crest first in full. Like we talked about the medallion already. Again, Solar Crest just amplifies that a little more, gives him the evasion even. But
I don't like him finishing it.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah, I like the medallion idea because I feel like, you know, it's worth that little investment. But to finish the whole thing, it feels like he just doesn't like. He's gonna die anyways, you know what I mean? So it's like, why commit so much to it? And, you know, maybe, you know, like to get the Yules, which now he's building now. So yeah, it just seems a little off. I mean, I think they want to use their ultis here, and
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
they saw the Roche. They're like, I'm out.
Yeah, he had a rough start, to be fair. And again, Phantom Lancer against Death Prophet without a Yules especially, it's just, it's an under-farmed Death Prophet for that matter, will just tear him up every time. So, no doubt a tough recovery game, if anything, for 747 here. Here comes the God Strength, though, so Ritsu in the front lines. Remember, their buyback situation, they still do not have those buybacks, so this is a pretty ballsy move, but they got to take some risks. Cleaving down all those illusions, but the Reaper Scythe kills him. 70 seconds. He's dead 4, and there's the kill onto 747 as well. And yeah, I mean, that was clearly an all-in push right there. Let's just give it a shot. It wasn't to be, though. Well held by Leviathan, and they took the first game here in the series.
Yeah, I mean, I think just a really clean game from across the board. I think they all played really well. I think that was just the whole deciding factor of the game. Just one team just playing better overall.
Maybe that was Monkey's plan all along. Kind of give them hope at the very beginning, just running into them, all yellowish, giving up first blood, and then it's like, all right, now the game starts.
Now we play for real.
Necessary handicap. Let's go. No, that was look at Flea, by the way. What a stat line for a player on the losing team, especially.
Yeah.
4-0-0. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that.
He tried his. I mean, he tried his best. You know, what can you do?
He's like, I didn't mess up. I did my job. Yeah. 4-0-0. No, seriously though, I mean, Leviathan, they look strong, and I gotta say, going into this series, it's one of those, you know, with all these events going on, VGJ.Storm, that they've been making a little bit of progress at least here and there, and I would say they're probably the favorites here in this series, but Leviathan, you know, coming out strong in that first game, and BSJ 4-0-11 himself. Yeah, and Nusham 3-0-17. I mean, across the board, just very impressive stat lines and just overall impressive play coming out from them. That middle Necrophos also. You know, it was really that shrine fight at the bottom where Necrophos stayed alive. That's where the game went sour, it felt like, for the Dire team. Everything went in Radiant's favor.
Yeah.
All right, well, Regrosse, we're going to take a break. I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Regrosse here as my co-caster. You're tuning in to the Star Ladder I-League Season number 3, North American Qualifiers. This is a loser's bracket matchup, remember. Leviathan is going to be up 1-0, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.